In this video, we want to show you the powerful CO2 laser and actual surgery of this laser cutting through a skin lesion. Ultimately, we want to get results like this before and after laser mole removal. Hi, I'm Dr. Philip Young, and I'm an award-winning beauty theorist and facial plastic surgeon from Seattle, Bellevue, Washington, and we're Aesthetic Facial Body Plastic Surgery and the Beauty Docs on YouTube. Hey, this is Dr. Young. What we're doing today is mole removal, and we're going to be using a laser to take down the mole. There's a lot of different ways to do that. You could do cryotherapy, you can burn it with electric cautery, and you can actually excise it. The thing with excising, which has been the most common way of doing it, is that if you have a little mole, you literally have to cut twice as long as that mole in order to encompass it, because if you just took out that mole and you try to close it, there's going to be bunching at the ends, and they actually call those dog ears. And they don't look good because they're elevated and they look like you have another mole. So basically you have to take a wedge when you excise it. What you end up with is a fairly long scar. And so over the years I've worked with lasers a little bit more, and I feel like that's the best option for me after doing it over 15, 16 years. And so now we just kind of laser it to reduce it, and the mole is typically like an iceberg. And what you're seeing is the top part of the iceberg, and if you take it down, it could be bigger underneath. So the question is how much you take it down, and usually I have a discussion with the patients in terms of whether you really want to take it all the way out and you want to have more of a risk of scarring versus being less aggressive with the laser removal and having more chance of it coming back but less chance of scarring. And sometimes a lot of times we want to just be right in between, where you remove it and you have less scarring and it doesn't come back, and that's like the perfect scenario. But we know how to handle each spectrum or end of the spectrum, whether it be a little more scarring or if it comes back. And I tend to prefer having less scarring and having it come back, because that when it comes back, it's really easy for me to remove it. It only takes less than 5-10 minutes, or down into the orders of seconds. So right now we're going to do the mole removal, and we're going to show you that in a little bit. So what we're going to do is make this numb, and a lot of times we've already put topical on it and let it sit for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And now what we're going to do is we're also going to do this, we're going to do a little, I'm going to do pressure plus this the shaking of this massager we have. You can put it right there. Yeah, so that's going to help make it kind of less painful. And I'm going to push too and help it so it's not as bad. And I'm going to go really slow while I make it numb. As you can see, it's a little bit of a hold. That should fill in. Sometimes it's good not to be aggressive. Thanks for watching. Call us so we can help you remove that unwanted mole or skin lesion that you've had for years. We would love to have you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're the Beauty Docs. We're going to be coming up with new, interesting videos showing you a glimpse into our lives in plastic surgery. Click the info button in the top right corner for links to learn about our theory on beauty that helps us get you the best results, to see a new video showing you a glimpse of plastic surgery in 60 seconds, to see me, Dr. Young, talk about our practice in a more intimate one-on-one setting, and to view our main introductory video for our practice. See you next time!